Welcome to my channel, Faith is Our Light, everyone. It's so good to have you here with us today. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. Have you ever walked away from God? Maybe it wasn't a big dramatic event. Maybe it was a slow fade. Life got busy, doubts crept in, or maybe you went through something so painful that you felt abandoned, unheard. If that's you, I want you to know you're not alone. And if you found your way back, what was it that brought you home? I'd love to hear your story in the comments below, because today, I want to share mine. For me, it wasn't a single moment of rebellion. It was more like a slow, quiet drift. I grew up in the church. I knew all the songs, all the stories. God was a part of my life, like the sky is blue. But as I got older, the world got louder. College, career, relationships. They all demanded my attention. My prayers became shorter, less frequent. Church became a Sunday morning option, not a priority. I wasn't angry with God. I just became distant. I thought I could handle things on my own. I was smart, I was capable, and for a while, it seemed like I was right. I built a life that looked pretty good from the outside. I had a good job, nice friends, and I was independent. But on the inside, a different story was unfolding. A deep, gnawing emptiness started to settle in my heart. It was a hollowness that no success or distraction could fill. I felt like I was navigating a vast, foggy ocean in a tiny boat, with no compass and no stars to guide me. I was lost, and the scariest part was, I was the one who had untied the rope from the dock. The turning point for me wasn't a lightning bolt from the sky, it was much quieter. It was a Friday afternoon. I remember it so clearly. I was sitting in my car, stuck in traffic. The city noise was all around me, horns blaring, people rushing. But inside my car, it was silent. And in that silence, the weight of my own loneliness just crashed down on me. I had achieved so much of what I thought I wanted, yet I had never felt more alone. Tears started streaming down my face, not of sadness, but of pure exhaustion. Exhaustion from trying to hold it all together, from pretending I was okay, from running from the one thing I actually needed. And in that moment, in my beat-up sedan in the middle of a traffic jam, I whispered 3 words. God, I'm lost. I didn't hear a booming voice. The traffic didn't magically part. But what I did feel was a sense of peace. A gentle, quiet whisper in my soul that said, I know. I'm right here. It was a warmth that spread through my chest. A feeling of being seen, truly seen, for the first time in years. It was the feeling of a father who had been waiting on the porch the whole time, just watching, waiting for his child to finally turn around and come home. That night, I went home and I opened my Bible for the first time in what felt like a lifetime. The words weren't just ancient text anymore. They felt alive, like a personal letter written just for me. They spoke of grace, of forgiveness, of a love that pursues us even when we run. That was the beginning of my journey back. It wasn't an overnight fix. It was a process of rebuilding, of relearning how to trust, how to listen. It was a journey of daily choices to turn towards God instead of away from Him. And that brings me to the secret, if you can call it that, to getting close to God. It's not a complicated formula or a secret handshake. The secret is simply surrender. It's letting go of the idea that you have to have it all figured out. It's admitting you're lost. It's being vulnerable enough to say, I can't do this on my own. Because the moment you do that, you create space for God to step in. His power is made perfect in our weakness. When we are at our end, He is just beginning. So how do you do that? How do you start that conversation, especially if it's been a while? How do you pray? So many people get hung up on this. They think they need fancy words or a specific posture. But prayer is simply a conversation. It's talking to God like you would talk to a trusted friend or a loving father. You don't need a script. You just need an honest heart. You can start right where you are. In your car, in your room, on a walk. You can just say, God, it's me. It's been a while. I've been trying to do this on my own, and I'm tired. I feel disconnected. I miss you. Please, Help me find my way back to you. Show me the next step. Open my heart to hear your voice. It's that simple. Be honest. Tell him your fears, your doubts, your joys, your frustrations. He already knows what's in your heart, but he longs for you to share it with him. That's how a relationship is built, through open and honest communication. And then listen. It's a two-way conversation. God speaks to us in so many ways, through scripture, through the beauty of nature, through the wisdom of other believers, through that still, small voice in our hearts. Pay attention. Look for him in your daily life. The more you look, the more you'll see him at work. My journey back to God wasn't about becoming a perfect person overnight. It was about accepting that I am imperfect, but loved perfectly. It was about trading my exhaustion for his peace, my loneliness for his constant presence. If you're feeling distant from God today, if you feel like you've wandered too far, I want you to hear this. You are never too far gone. The path back home is always open. It starts with one small step, one simple prayer, one moment of surrender. He is waiting for you with open arms, not with judgment, but with grace. He's not waiting for you to clean yourself up first. He wants to meet you right in the middle of your mess. My story isn't one of a perfect faith, but of a persistent God. He never gave up on me, even when I had given up on myself. And he will never give up on you. Take that first step today. Just whisper his name. You'll be amazed at how he meets you right where you are. Thank you so much for listening and for being a part of our community here at Faith is Our Light. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss our future conversations. Remember, you are loved, you are seen, and you are not alone on this journey. See you next time.